Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In today's video I want to talk about my main Raiz Emerald portfolio, namely how it's performed in the month of August, what I've been doing in terms of contributions, and just my financial life in general. But before that, I want to put forth an idea. I'm thinking of doing an additional weekly video, probably on the Saturday. I talk about my Raiz and Spaceship accounts monthly, and I feel that's a good pace where I don't inundate people with irrelevant information on a day-to-day basis about, my account went up $20 or other irrelevant crap like that. I would, however, like to provide an overview of what's going on in the world, maybe a 5-10 minute video just going over important events around the world, major market movements, and basically what's going on in the investment world. Let me know, it might be fun. Tell me what you think in the comments down below. But anyway, on with the main point of the video, the Raiz account. As we can see, for the month of August, things have been fairly robust. We've had more positive growth within the portfolio. For the 1 month, we are up 3.69%, which represents approximately $1,247. For the 3 month, we are up 3.68%, which is around $1,130. For the 6 month, we are up 2.98%, which is $844. For the yearly, we're up 4.82%, which is $991. And finally, overall, we are up 2.46%, which represents a gain of $685. Now, a lot of people are going to look at this and think, that's not that impressive, and depending on your investment and your time frame and what you're investing in, it may not seem that impressive, but I think considering the circumstances and the fact that down here in March, it was down around 20%, it kind of, to me, sort of proves the viability of staying the course and just investing and dollar cost averaging in. I've managed to get the account back in the positive. Back in the last video, it was around 2% in the negative, and having that positive upswing is quite nice. Most of that has been in the FE ETF. If we have a look here, you can see that this is February. It dipped. It's recovered quite nicely. We had the drop off here, but that was the dividend, and it still continued to grow. Whereas if we look at the RARI, let's see if I can bring it up, which is the Australian shares, things have been far more subdued. We had the drop off in March. It kind of popped up a little bit, but not nearly as much. And this kind of goes to show you why diversification is important. And if I'd been more invested in Australian shares, like the aggressive portfolio, probably wouldn't have seen quite as much growth and would have been impeded somewhat. So it is what it is. There are things that are performing better. There are things that are performing worse, and honestly, as long as my portfolio grows by 5 to 7% a year, I'm fairly happy with that. At this point, my major concern is building up capital and having something to actually multiply. I think a lot of people obviously returns are important, but you need to have something to multiply, and if you've only got like a couple of hundred or a couple of $1,000, like you need to have a really big percentage increase for it to be life-changing. And on that particular topic, let's have a look at what I've been doing. For the most part, I've kept the same cadence of investing $100 a day plus roundups. Nothing really exciting or new there. I will say though that at the moment, like anyone else, it may not seem like it from the cadence that I'm able to invest right now, but I'm suffering same as anyone else and same as a lot of Victorians at the moment. I'm working far, far less, and it's only by the grace of having a whole lot of holiday time saved up that I can keep this up right now. You see, for those who don't know me, I'm basically the stubborn ass that never takes a holiday, so going into this, I had a whole lot of holiday time to use and still do, so for the time, I can sort of subsidize the drop in income, and even if I ran out of holiday time, I could get more hours. However, I don't want to take money and hours away from the people that I lead. You know, I have a small contingent of drivers under me, and I don't want to step over someone else for my own financial goals. I'm not going to do that. I'll never do that. And even if I have to cut my future contributions, you know, I'd rather stay a human being and not turn into an arsehole for the sake of my own gains. But with that said though, I think that things within the next couple of months are going to return to normal cadence, and I don't really foresee this being prolonged for much longer. Hopefully things get back to normal. But with all that said, for me, having these investments and having this money, it's something that gives me peace of mind and confidence in these uncertain times. I know that if something happens, I can at least last a while without any income, and I'm not a materialistic person by any means. I live a fairly frugal life, and I'm fairly happy with a simple life. And I certainly ascribe to the notion that money cannot buy happiness. I wholeheartedly agree, but I will add to that and say that I believe that money can protect against unhappiness though. I think people that have a sound financial footing have one less thing to worry about and have, you know, a less stressful life in general. And that's part of the reason why I made this channel and why I make these videos. I'm not trying to sell anyone on Raiz or Spaceship or whatever. Like, to me, it doesn't matter what anyone invests in or what they do, as long as they do something to try and positively, you know, affect their lives and their future. That's really all that I want. I get nothing whether you sign up with Raiz or Spaceship or whatever. I don't spam out referral codes. I have nothing to gain by telling you one way or another. I'm just telling my story and sort of how I invest and what's going on in my life. I'm just trying to motivate and challenge people to be more active with their financial futures. Just to do what you can with what you got wherever you are, essentially, and so that people, all of you out there, can have a more sound financial future, and even in these uncertain times have confidence to, you know, have more freedom. Someone with money has more options, and, you know, I'm not a rich person by any means. I don't have a lot of wealth compared to a lot of people, but compared to where I was a year or two ago, I've got a lot more options, and I'm certainly not constrained in the same way I was, or, you know, if I had no money. So that's all that I really want, is to encourage positive saving habits, no matter what platform you use, be it Spaceship, Raiz, whatever it may be. You know, just do something, even if it's putting money in a bank account. Just do something positive to help your future. But with that said though, all that I ask in return is that people subscribe if they like listening to my content and watching my videos. That way it ensures that you see more content that I put out in the future. I've already released a load of Raiz and Spaceship videos, so if that's up your alley, look around the channel. And with that said, I'll just say my name's Rich, it's been a pleasure, and I will catch you guys in the next one.